Welcome to the Teaching Autism and Special Education Community Podcast. Hi, I'm Nikki, a passionate special educator, autism advocate, resource creator with over a decade of experience, and you may know me as the face behind Teaching Autism. This podcast is your go-to place for practical tips, hands-on strategies, and inspiring and funny stories to support special educators all around the world, whether it's building independence, creating engaging lessons, or finding that elusive work-life balance. I'm here to help you thrive inside and outside of the classroom. Let's dive into today's episode and make a difference together. Hey friends, welcome back to the Teaching Autism podcast. If you're new here, I'm Nikki, and today we're diving into one of my absolute favourite ways to finish the school year on a high note, and that is end of year theme days. Now, if you've been here a while, you probably already know that I live for a good theme day, especially at the end of the year when the energy is high, the routine is unpredictable, and we're all counting down the days, but still trying to keep it meaningful. And I've been doing theme days for years now, and I found ways to make them magical without spending a fortune, losing my mind, or sacrificing structure. And I think one of the main things that put me off doing theme days for such a long time was that I would go on social media and see these amazing setups that I know cost a fortune, and I felt like I couldn't deliver the same level of that to my students, so it put me off doing them for a while. And then I found some ways to make them sort of magical without having to spend all that money, and they were still just as fun and meaningful for my students. So today I'm going to walk you through 5 of my favorite end of year theme days, how I run them, how I decorate the classroom, the types of games and activities we do, and how I make it all sustainable so we're not spending a fortune. So let's dive in. So number 1, let's start big, Circus Day. This is one of those themes that feels so exciting for students, but is actually super manageable behind the scenes. I decorate the classroom with red and white stripes, some bunting or balloons if I have them, and I even have a little sign that says, "Welcome to the circus." And if you want to go all in, I recommend posting in local Facebook groups and ask if anyone has old circus theme decorations from birthday parties and things. I've had parents donate popcorn buckets, clown wigs, even a mini ringmaster costume once, and I even had one parent come in and perform some circus tricks. So students and staff are also invited to dress up. Some will come in bright colours, some will wear silly hats. I always wear my ringmaster lanyard, and it all adds that bit of magic without requiring full costumes too. Some of the games that we play are ring toss, which we make ours out of paper plates and cones. Beanbag animal toss, where students aim for different circus animal pictures. And then some sensory-friendly carnival games with some visual prompts. And then I have this whole circus theme day pack, and some of my favourite activities from that are cutting the clown hair, and we always set up like a little circus hairdressers in the corner. My students absolutely love giving the clowns different haircuts, and these are great for working on fine motor skills and cutting skills, and also some 2D shaped cotton candy and some yes/no question visuals as well. And there's a bunch more activities in there, but those are some of my favorites, along with Play-Doh mats, because Play-Doh always seems to be such a popular center for my students. We always finish the day with some pretend circus popcorn made out of crumpled yellow paper and a little small snack. It's fun, it's visual, it's structured, just how I like it. Next up is Pizza Day. This one is a massive hit every single year, and I'm really fortunate that one of our local pizza places always provide me with free pizzas for my staff and students to enjoy that day as well. So I highly recommend reaching out on social media, because you never know what people are willing to donate, and it can really add to the classroom and the lessons as well. So we decorate the classroom like a little mini pizzeria, red and white checkered tablecloths, and you can grab a plastic one cheap from dollar stores and things like that. Some pizza visuals, and we make paper chef hats. And again, post in your local groups. Ask if anyone has any pizza themed party leftovers. You know, I've been donated pizza boxes, aprons, I've been donated felt pizza activities from Melissa and Doug. And then I have my students dress up. So they can either dress in red, white, or they can come in chef outfits, or they can dress up as their favourite pizza topping. My staff usually wear aprons or some silly chef hats. And I'm telling you, even the smallest touches add so much excitement. Some activities that we do are matching and building pizza toppings. We spell CVC words with the toppings. We make our own Play-Doh pizzas. We taste pizza from our local pizza parlor. We bake our own pizzas. We pack pizza orders. We set up a pizza shop, dramatic play, and then we have a bunch of different pizza themed centers on the go as well. For lunch, we usually eat the pizza that I was saying we get donated from the local pizza shop. And they are really sweet, and they often send us a bunch of different pizzas with different toppings, some different sides and things like that. And then my students will vote on their favourite toppings and sides, and then we graph the results and look back on them as well. And next up is Lemonade Day, which this is such a calming, lovely theme, especially on hot end of year days. So the classroom is decorated with yellow everything, paper lemons, cups, buntings. I use old jars or pictures to display visuals, and we pretend that we're running a lemonade stand. And some years I've even had us make our own lemonade and pink lemonade, and then we sell it to staff and students around the school, and then that money goes into our classroom fund as well. So that always works really great if you're looking to add a sort of classroom business vibe to that as well. I'll then have my students and staff dress in yellow, and we always take a sort of lemon squad group photo by the lemonade stand. We have a lot of lemonade centers that we do, things like 2D shapes and counting, spin and count. We've even squeezed lemons with clothespins. So we'll chop the lemons up a bit smaller and have students attach clothespins to them and then squeeze them. So it's just a different way of doing it, and it really works on those fine motor skills. I think one of my favourite parts of Lemonade Day is the lemonade tasting station. So we try a bunch of different flavours, classic, pink, we make them ourselves, and then we use visuals to describe the taste, make choices and vote. So it's simple, it's fun, and it's packed with communication opportunities. And then fall is ice cream day. You cannot wrap up the school year without ice cream day. It's a non-negotiable in my room, and we are so lucky that a local ice cream truck will actually come to the school for our ice cream day, and he gives my kids free ice cream, and he sets off the noise on the truck so my students get to hear that and get to experience the whole ice cream truck thing. I absolutely love it. And then in the classroom, we go all out. We have pastel decorations, we have ice cream banners, visuals on every table. I reuse old party supplies, and I store everything in a label box so I don't have to start from scratch every year. My students then can wear pastel colours or anything ice cream themed. My staff usually show up with silly cone hats and different ice cream themed clothing, and it just makes the day feel so special. Some of the favourite activities that we do in our centres are topping choices with communication visuals. We do some scoop and cone colour matching, Play-Doh mats. We do 10 frames. We do the ice cream compound word matching. The adapted books always go down really well. We decorate our own ice cream cones, and we absolutely do ice cream tasting. We keep visuals ready to support the students in choosing their flavours and expressing their preferences, because trying new things like this can be really scary and overwhelming for my students sometimes. So we try and make this as enjoyable and stress-free as possible for my students. And finally, I always end the year with a camping day. Camping is just my cozy go-to for calm, connection, and that last week of school feeling. I decorate everywhere with fairy lights. I put up black paper everywhere to make the room dark. And I've even made pretend trees and things. And then a campfire made of tissue paper and a lantern. I really love the battery powered lights, the fairy lights, for just throwing around the place to help give a bit more of like a light cozy feel in the room. And then again, I store everything in a label box year to year and reuse it all. And then I store everything in a label box year to year and I reuse it all. We sit on blankets or mats, we turn off the lights and we do our morning meeting by flashlight. And that is always so much fun. Students and staff wear their outdoorsy clothes. Flannel shirts are always popular, hats, and they can bring in cuddly toys for camping buddies as well. And then we do a bunch of different activities. So things like some of our centres are 2D shape matching, we'll count marshmallows, we'll build s'mores with CVC wood spelling, we'll do story time by the fire, we'll make camping snacks, so mini marshmallows and Teddy Grahams, and we'll do a calm down activity like a colouring or a scavenger hunt as well. And I've even had in local Facebook groups, people donate pop-up tents and they have been brilliant to add to the theme as well. And I've even had things like mini camping chairs and stuff. So definitely post in social media groups because a lot of people clear this stuff out and don't even think of donating it to schools and stuff. So again, social media is always my number one recommendation for getting things for your classroom because you never know what people are getting rid of. So I know theme days can sound like a lot, but they don't have to break the bank. So like I say, I store everything in label boxes and I reuse it every 2 to 3 years. Some years I'll allow myself $10, $20, $30 to add some things to these boxes. Or if I see things through the year, I'll also post on social media every year asking, if people have anything that fit that theme, because you never know what people are sort of throwing out and donating. And I invite my staff and students to dress up using what they already have. There's no pressure to go and buy expensive outfits or everything. And I keep everything visual, structured and low prep. And these days are a highlight of our school year. They give my students a sense of celebration while still being consistent. And if you want to try any of these for yourself, I've done the work for you. So you can grab all these theme days over my TPT and I'll link it in the show notes today. I also have some blog posts that give you like a sneak peek more into what those days look like. And I'll link those as well. All right, friend, I hope this gave you a few new ideas or at least some inspiration to bring the fun back into your classroom while keeping things calm and structured. Let me know what theme you're going to try this year or tag me at Teaching Autism so I can see the magic you're creating. And remember, you don't need Pinterest perfect setups to make lasting memories. You just need heart, visuals, and if your students are like mine, a good stash of Play-Doh. See you next time.